It's been a bad week for Labour's new Chancellor as she prepares for her first budget on the 31st of October. The decision to means test pensioners' winter fuel allowance, well, that's attracted widespread criticism. The latest figures on consumer confidence fell, and that ended a steady string of increases. And we had figures on the budget deficit that overshot even the pessimistic expectations. Bank of England's decision not to follow the 50 basis point cut in US interest rates, well, that's going to cost the Treasury an extra £440 million just by the time of their next meeting in November as a result of the ill-judged quantitative tightening programme. And there's worse to come. Household energy bills, they're going to go up by 10% on the 1st of October. 4 million pay-as-you-go meters will see the effect immediately. Inflation will also rise. And economic data here, which had been coming in much stronger than expected, well, that's now slowing and has actually turned negative on some measures. Many commentators say the Chancellor herself is to blame for all this talk about a tough budget. We think the pessimism is overdone. Yes, the changes to winter fuel allowance, they're going to reduce demand for those affected. But overall, real incomes in this country are growing strongly as the wage price spiral operates in reverse and workers benefit from the hefty cuts in national insurance contributions made by the outgoing Conservative government, which Labour have said they will keep. Savings ratio here is close to a record high, plenty of firepower to spend. Moreover, although the Bank of England decided not to cut rates this week, the market sees this as a prudent delay and expect hefty cuts to come. 2- and 5-year swap rates, well, they've tumbled, and that produces reductions in mortgage rates, in some cases below 4%. Housing activity is picking up strongly, and that will help to release housing wealth and create further economic activity. Lower mortgage rates have also reduced the refinancing shock to those who took out cheaper deals in the past. We also think the next Ofgem price cap will see lower energy bills during the course of 2025, following recent declines in natural gas prices. Yes, the budget will raise taxes and it will take a prudent approach to government spending over the medium term, but fears that it will lead to weaker overall aggregate demand are misplaced. Tax increases will be focused on the wealthy with limited impact on their spending. Consumer confidence is set to bounce back after the budget. Yes, the closely watched figures for the Purchasing Managers Index, which have just been released, they showed a bit of a dip, but they remain in expansionary territory. And although forecasts for UK growth this year on a consensus basis have been revised up, that mainly reflects better actual data in the first half of the year. Forecasters are still deeply depressed, deeply pessimistic, and are forecasting just less than 0.5% growth in 2025. I think the number will come in much higher. Now, there's no denying there's problems for the government. The fiscal finances are in dire straits. Much of the £22 billion black hole is of the government's own making, courtesy of the generous public sector pay awards. Suggestions that the minimum wage rise will be 5.8% next April, rather than the 3.9% that seemed likely a few weeks ago, well, that's going to raise overall wage inflation and may cause the Bank of England to delay rate cuts a bit further. But I'm confident that the UK economy will exceed the deeply pessimistic forecast for 2025, just as it has this year. We shall see. Till next week, goodbye from me.